GG to, I believe, 2 Lycans, and I believe they first phased the Lycan this game, so, you know, not dealing with that one. We do have a quick pause as they get ready, but who are you favoring after you see this draft? Because VP's draft is very different. Puck 5, BSJ.
We haven't seen this in a while, at least since the last couple patches, as Puck has been continuously nerfed over and over again. It's almost like the Earth Spirit meme where he's dead already, let him go.
Please.
But in this case, I like the hero in terms of what it offers to the game. It's just a matter of the early laning stage. They nerfed the base armor, the base damage. I think Puck used to have 3 base armor and 58 base damage, and now 51 and 0. So
0 armor as a laner in today's Dota doesn't feel very good, I feel like.
Yeah, most heroes, the Pudges of the world that have 0 armor, are not too happy and not too content being picked in this current meta. But Monkey King, one of my favorite heroes to watch in competitive. I think in pubs he's a bit frustrating because he usually relies on his team to make moves around him. But in this case, they have a lot of setup that will keep them locked down in the Monkey King ult, with probably the Yules combo coming out from the Shadow Fiend, the Centaur, the Stampede. Basically a lot of disengage on the VP side and a lot of engage on the Gambit side. By no means do VP lack initiation, but if they do get the fight they want on the side of VP, I'm a bit scared for this Gambit lineup because that egg's going to go off, the coil's going to go off, but the thing is, if Gambit gets the jump, then that, on the other hand, the spirits, right? They completely rely.
Yeah, you're lacking damage, right? If they catch
mobility.
a Storm or an Ember, all of a sudden, oh, we got this lockdown, but where the hell's our damage? So we'll see. Are you expecting this to be a very laning phase, like dominated game then because of that?
All 6 cores in this game are actually incredibly greedy, if you think about it. You have Ember Spirit, Storm Spirit, Timber on one side. You have Centaur, Monkey King, Shadow Fiend on the other. Even Centaur, who's like this initiator offlaner we saw earlier last series, he looks at his best when he's absolutely free farming and getting off to that great start. I do find this double gauntlet of strength starting on a build a bit odd. The double bracer seems a bit retro when a lot of players have been going for more of the region-centric focused builds. But we'll see how it plays out for him. Does give him a little bit of extra base damage. And we have a 2-for-2 rune exchange to start the game.
Solo actually stealing one of them, or else it would have been 3 for 1. But nope, Centaur's like, oh, guess he's stolen. You see Puck, he is waiting middle. One good thing about Puck is waiting for those couriers. Puck and Mirana, 2 of the best at killing them. We'll see how long he waits. That's always the question as a 5. Like, how much do you care about ruining someone else's game until it ruins your game? And, you know, for 5s, they usually don't mind.
The 1 might mind, though, as he has to lane top on ILTW. But, yeah, he gives it enough time before the lane starts solo, but he does not wait any longer to make sure, oh, the dual deny. Those are always the ones we like to see. I know you appreciate the small things, Grant.
Oh, I do. I'm curious about this bottom lane. So it's a Monkey King versus a Timbersaw, but then you have a supporting duo of Phoenix
Couriers
and
galore.
AA. They are, Oh, Phoenix, he was just pulling the creep wave. Now the Courier's going the other way. Zayats, you need to be careful. He will take a lot of damage and he will survive. Gets the pull, but
what were you saying about bottom lane there?
I was just saying, so you have the Monkey King versus Timbersaw, but obviously it's not a one-on-one because you have the Phoenix and AA. Which lane is actually favored?
Monkey King really can't stand the fire spirits in the lane, but as long as he's able to draw attention away from the Phoenix on the Ancient Apparition, I favor the Monkey King in a 1v1 vacuum.
Yeah.
And so AA is going to do his best to create that vacuum.
Bottom, he could. He's the Fairy Fire and he'll be fine. Now FNG instead. You got to run away. And it feels like Phoenix is the perfect bait here. Like, well, he is at 200 HP, but you don't do anything. And FNG and him just trading hits.
Yeah, they both have. Oh, he wasn't expecting the
Timber chain. Yeah, because he knew he knew he skilled Whirling Death. Timber, is that a mistake to not get reactive armor?
I've seen this against heroes like Monkey King and Ursa before, ones you can't really afford to just take hits from, but I wouldn't say it's standard. I've seen it before, though, so it's not crazy.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, I got to say, no one is bodying GPK right now. 11-5 or 6-0. No one just got 2 denies under the
And
SF
he's got
tower.
4 more creeps to get right here. I don't think this is supposed to go like this.
It is not. No one is having his time. And I was actually going to say, GPK, he's been him and Dream, obviously the 1-2 duo. They've been a combo since, I want to say, about August of last year, and they have looked good, like they're improving. And we'll have to see. Obviously, the laning phase isn't the end-all, be-all, but this is a real rough start middle.
A high skill matchup for sure, and one of the most mechanically gifted mid laners I know of. I watched a lot of his replays when I was trying to learn like creep aggro and lane manipulation. He's just one of the best.
Top lane, they're trading tips. They actually both got denies they shouldn't have gotten, so they just tip each other. So we are watching Vampire level 2 Snapfire. We haven't actually seen too much Snapfire in the EU CIS region as much as we had before. Still very good team fight, but...
We were seeing it against Phoenix in the other regions, but it just didn't play out the way you'd expect it to, utilizing the little shredder to kill the egg.
Because you have to get out of position to make it happen, which you also want to cast your ulti as a Snapfire, so it's weird. Do I play my team fight, or do I try to save the team fight? It's strange. It's very strange.
Yeah, Snapfire always has that choice to make anyways, you know, Cookie and Blast, Scatter Blast being point-blank range abilities, but now it's even more so. Usually you're content, okay, I'll use my ultimate first, then I'll run in, but that choice comes right at the start of the fight when that Phoenix commits that egg.
And so on the top of the CS charts is the Storm 21-8, Centaur 21-5, and that bottom lane pretty even between the Monkey as well as the Timbersaw. But continue to harass. What do you think we're seeing the first blood, BSJ? Seems pretty calm.
Yeah,
possibility of a
lot of level hungry heroes in this game.
Yeah.
Level 6 on Storm before he's ready to go. GPK's losing the lane, so he's probably going to have to wait a while until he gets a potential gank. But once Storm gets 6, I don't really think that's realistic unless no one overcommits onto him there.
FNG, he's just going to get right.
Okay, well, here might be our
he's going
first
to do a
blood.
lot of damage. Yeah, he might actually just right him down. You only do 59. He has the cold feet as well. What does he do? He wants to dodge the Timbersaw at least to jump down for Monkey. Monkey King's actually going to turn around, but as you said, he hates the Fire Spirit, still gets the attack.
Nice.
Boom. Hit him with it. Gets the kill and gives him the tip. FNG, both these supports are actually like in both lanes are just like running at each other. Then they're letting the cores 1v1. It's pretty fun. We just have like 3 solo lanes and then supports fighting.
Yeah, that was well played by both sides. He jumped up on the tree on Dream, and Resolution tried to instantly whirling death to the tree, and Dream knew this and instantly jumped down without even channeling the E. So that was a really cool, like, overall understanding of I'm going to do this, so he does that, so then I do this.
Yeah. And well, the Centaur does have, we saw the double bracer queued up, but he ends up getting that Ring of Health first. Oh, top lane. They're going to look in. They want to bring down the puck. They do. See ya later. Solo goes down. Snapfire as well as Centaur. They get the rune, so a good trade. Not even a trade. They just win it straight up. But
Storm Spirit.
FNG, yeah. You're not getting out of this one.
Yeah, the Dire Ward spots him out, and Storm Spirit is a mid laner that changes your positioning, that defines out of position as a support player.
He did steal one of the runes on FNG, and as a 5, you know he's saying worth it.
Yeah, he doesn't have any bottle refill, so we might have to look for no one getting his bottle refilled at some point. Almost surprised Solo TP top and didn't refill his bottle. But usually support pucks. Oh, he brought a bottle to ILTW. That's why he TP top. But they usually don't take their phase shift at early levels on support pucks. So quite vulnerable to actually dying, as you saw at the top bounty rune there.
Why do you get a bottle on side lane Ember in this game when your Storm already has a bottle?
It's a bit peculiar. I think once he hits 6, he can still utilize remnanting and TPing to base and bottling up. So it gives you that extra bit of speed on the regen. It gives you that extra kind of health pool, mana pool to work with. You don't have a Keeper of the Light. I think that's really when we've seen Ember at its strongest is with the Keeper of the Light. It just alleviates all of your mana issues that you could ever have for the first 20 minutes of the game. And in this case, maybe he's thinking the bottle is what he needs to do. Queuing up the Spirit Vessel on Carry Ember.
Okay. We'll see. Obviously, we've been watching, especially that game 1 of last series. Everyone just wants to brawl, and seems that's what they want to do. The runes have been highly contested. 2 supports from each side have been going to every rune, and so far, Gambit has won the 4- and 6-minute rune battle.
Mid? GPK? Oh, the Centaur ultimate. He knows he has no mana. He called this. You can tell GPK's like, no, well, he's got no mana mid.
Just call. Yeah,
that
Centaur
was sick,
go.
actually.
That was nice play there by the middle, just calling out for that ulti. Top lane, I don't think he's in too much trouble because he has a full freaking hood, and he'll just TP on out. No more disables. And Zayat's actually rotates on
That's a huge
top.
kill mid because he has a 1 HP catapult, 16 I guess to be exact.
It's a lot of damage, like 500 to 600 extra damage. He just denies. They could have let it get one more hit, but you know I won't criticize him too much.
When Storm Spirit comes back to life, you have to be afraid that they might have the supports roaming mid to have him kill you on the TPN. So you definitely have to leave hitting the tower just a bit earlier than normal when you're playing in Storm.
Goodbye.
See you later.
And now they know where the supports are, though, as Puck and the Phoenix show up to get that gank. So bottom lane, it feels like they're going to try to be a little more aggressive. The Timber's left alone. He has 3 points in the active armor. Can he just kind of sit down here by himself for the rest
you
of
don't
the
care
time?
about Monkey King anymore. I've played this matchup from both sides. You just, once you get that level 5, yeah, he can boundless strike you even when he gets his passive activated, but unless you have like an SF or some form of magic damage to follow you up, you're only taking him down to about half. So he's perfectly content with all that reactive armor stacks on resolution to be here alone. And somehow, I think that kill on AA actually screwed over the Storm, because when he died to SF there, he was only level 6 while SF was level 7. And so going into that kill, he was already behind. I guess he got maybe some recovery stacks on GPK. But after what we saw to be a stomping, quote-unquote, mid, who's still winning in CS, the Storm Spirit from no one, he is actually down by over a level.
Yeah, a level and 100 gold. So not that much gold, but the full level on SF. He's right-clicking you hard because he goes to 4-4-0, no points in ulti this early. So you right-click hard. Your nukes do a combined 1,000 damage if you hit him. You're a beast right now. We'll see as we unpause.
They're going to have to look to get active, I think, on the Ember Spirit. Bring down this SF at least once sometime in the next few minutes. He is out of bottle charges top. Only 1 point in the Flame Guard. We're seeing a lot of this in the safe lane. I thought it looked a lot better with Keeper of the Light, just because you can actually Searing Chains combo somebody and then do it again. As we see AA get initiated onto bottom, that's a Haste Rune Storm. He actually walked out of the Cold Feet, came back in, well played by no one there as we walk to top.
Can I say something, top, where that Radiant Observer Ward is? First of all, Phoenix just double stacked the camps with his Firefly over there, but it was pinged out by FNG because of that ward. So I'm curious to see if they want to fight these stacks. It's actually cool. I've never seen the double stack by Phoenix, and then the ward that's, hey, he just stacked both those camps. We might need to fight for him.
Yeah, these are often this triangle of camps, the medium or the two large. Usually you want to try to stack 2 of them as a support on the Dire side. We were talking about it's one of the few advantages we could think of as Dire, and Solo's contesting, but as you said, they just walk over and GPK is going to yoink them.
And they ping the other one as well. Dude, that ward, shout out to FNG with his warding this game. But ILTW actually comes and steals one of the big ones. Obviously,
no one's here as well. They're not giving this up for free.
They're not. Vampire in a little bit of trouble on this Snapfire. He should just get right-click down. Yeah, no one. The double Spirit, so much burst damage even early.
You can just tell this is good Dota because one team knows, hey, this is what they want to do on the Dire for a hero like Storm Spirit. We're going to ward this area up. They went to contest. VP's more than ready, knowing that this is like a bit. They know it's important to them, so they know Gambit may think it's important. It's just crazy all the mind games almost going on with the overall objective taking that isn't towers. This is creeps. This is map movement objectives.
It is. And Timbersaw, guess what? He got lucky enough to get that Ironwood tree. We saw Weehaw abusing that Timbersaw Ironwood tree the other day as well.
Yeah, that's some funny stuff. What's the cast range again? 800? Yes, you can plant the tree before you Timber Chain and go to it at 800 range. So your Timber Chain is effectively... So it is 850 maxing out at 1450 range, but you can actually 800 range Timber Chain anywhere as long as you plant that tree from the Ironwood tree. We saw him holding on to that at like 30 minutes plus into the game. So he recognized that, at least on Weehaw's side, as a very important toolkit to utilize as Timbersaw.
It feels like if you're Gambit, though, if you're a support, you're going to get bullied this game. We see they're pretty much just dying all the time, but the cores are getting farmed.
Yeah, AA against Storm Spirit is a feels bad man if I've ever seen one.
Yep. Right now, bottom. FNG's hiding in the little bit of trees that are left. And FNG going to try to have to dodge. He won't, and he'll just go down, yeah. Rezo flying on through, cutting those trees, and now this tower's going to be in trouble, but they want to jump forward for more. The Monkey King actually does jump away. Well played there. No one might have been able to catch him with the help of the Timbersaw.
Yeah, it's really hard to play Monkey King against Storm because he can close gap from such long range, and his ball lightning destroys trees along its path.
Yeah. Oh, they go for the kill. Oh, he almost hits the raise, but he doesn't. He tried to max range that W shadow raise, the middle one, pardon me. But still gets the kill on Solo. And the tower.
Meanwhile, they are pressuring mid on the side of VP. Catapult's coming. ILTW is pushing the wave. Storm and Phoenix are here. Ult's at the ready, or at least in this case, Phoenix.
Yeah, because you look at the snap, FNG
only level 4.
Yeah. The Snapfire's like, please let the creeps push in and die. No one else come. Just let me get these the experience here. They are paying it. You don't want to lose this tower.
This Centaur is farmed. Hood, Vanguard. Second on the net worths overall. Actually, the two offlaners are the top of net worths. Timbersaw taking #1 and Centaur #2.
We're going back a few patches here.
We're seeing the difference in the supports. We see a 1K lead on the VP side, but it's all between the puck and the AA. 800 net worth AA, position 17 for his team here, as well as puck on the corresponding 5, 2,500 net worth.
Oh, FNG gets fouled by. He hidden these secondary trees, not the main ones. And Timber's like, he's not here. And the Phoenix is like, no, I'll find him.
His net worth dropped from 825 to 805 after that kill.
The 20 gold loss.
Oh my God, that's brutal.
No one just cleaning out the jungle. So as the game ramps up, is it going to be more on VP to make plays, it feels like, with the Ember and Storm cores?
Yeah, you just have to pick and choose your fights wisely because you have all this mobility. You can do so. So Gambit's going to have to be very careful to reveal too much information by showing too many heroes in separate lanes, and VP looking to punish that. Because until they have this Blink Centaur... Oh, here we go.
Oh, middle, yeah, they do want to move in. It's just a Snapfire. Level 5 does Cookie away, but will just go down to all this damage over time from the Phoenix and Ember, and no one, he's just going to cut the creep wave, but Centaur's like, you know what, guess I might have to defend this tower.
Yeah, you're just seeing Solo take all the dangers farm top on the puck. It's showing on his net worth, and it's also showing on the ability of the VP cores to kind of just do whatever they want on the map. As you see here again, the supports for Gambit. Oh,
they are just getting
it's a feed train.
Alive. If you get a Bloodstone all of a sudden, like, I know Storm's still a little bit away, but once you do, if you can continue to feed off these guys, you don't even care about killing the cores.
What's the Timbersaw? Going for a Halberd. I like that against the Monkey King as well as the SF. It goes so well, that Sange regen with your passive. 24% self-HP regen amp, so it's like you have an extra 6 stacks when you're fully stacked out.
That's always cool.
36 health regen, Jesus.
The Shadow Fiend build, BKB first after treads. Straight up BKB.
I thought he was going to go for the Yules, but at the same time, if you get Ball Lightning by Storm and Coiled by Puck, other than BKB, what are you actually doing? I don't think Yules is going to buy enough time. I think somebody has to hit the egg, and it's probably him because he's long range. It's not going to be Monkey King, not Centaur. Your Snapfire is level 4, or 5, excuse me. Yeah, I think that's why he's doing it, and I don't blame him for it, honestly.
We did see a smoke up from Gambit, but they showed the Centaur and the SF bottom. They're going to run into no one.
Oh, bait the Arcane Rune.
They do. There's the Cookie to chain the stun. Do we have the A-Blast to hit in time? We do. He zips. Will it be enough? I think he'll survive because he can just zip and avoid some of that damage, and he'll walk away. In comes the Ember. Puck gets the 2-man quill. Throws out the ulti on Monkey King, but in comes Rezo. It's going to be a full 4-on-5 fight with that Storm running away. Vampire goes down. So does Solo. Is that just going to be a 1-for-1 support trade? Seems so.
Storm's going to come back soon.
They look for the Centaur. He does have his ulti, as you talked about. Tons of disengage on both teams, actually. And they just will make it out for now. This Centaur's so beefy. It feels like you can kill anyone but him.
These long fights where you know the Storm Spirit's out of mana and he's going to come back at any time now, you just be like, get the hell out of here. As Rezo continues to walk at buildings. Timbersaw, not the traditional tower pusher, but because he can tank it like he is now, it does result in a lot of early to mid-game tower pressure on these tier 1s. As it looks like Gambit wants to fight again. Not sure if they should choose to fight into this A combo. ILTW?
Yeah, he's just going to get right-clicked. He has the Remnant he just throws out, and he'll just run away.
They actually have no stuns for these spirits.
Yeah. You have literally the Boundless into Cookie Woo, which we thought in the Storm, and it was well-chained. But if you have to do that every time, and you didn't even get the kill, it feels like
he has no HP items either yet. He hasn't gotten to any component of that Bloodstone.
It is scary right now. VP suffocating the map.
Ward by Solo behind the tower.
Oh.
A lot of good information from that. They see all of them. ILTW might get the Searing Chains combo.
He's looking for FNG. Oh, come on, don't do it to the poor ancient apparition. They just go in the back line, but the A-Blast does go off. It will hit on the ILTW. He gets frozen up. FNG finally ends up going down, but the Ember Spirit, he's just going to jump out. The egg is on the ground. It's going to blow up. Goodbye, GPK. Goodbye, Snapfire. And
when you get leashed an egg, what do you do, right? You have to BKB there, and that's why he's absolutely rushing it.
Man, it might be. Oh, there it is.
We saw the GG tree. It plays a big role in Timbersaw's mobility in these weird spots where you think he's not going to be able to Timber Chain on top of you. And Halberd's done if Rezo wants it. Might go for something else. He's got 800 gold extra. No, he goes for it. The evasion's really nice. The extra HP is really nice against the AA burst combo.
Yep, you see the replay here. Poor FNG, man.
Picking on the supports.
You saw ILTW ping him too, and with the slide, he's like, yeah, we're just going in. He's going to die. He gets the A blast off, but as you said, they can't hold anyone in place. Like, this Gambit draft is scaring me for the fact that the Spirits are just running wild.
Yeah, the problem, this is similar to what we saw with Team Nigma last series, where the second game they drafted AA Oracle. I think when you have AA, your other support has to be some melee hero, like a Nyx or an Earth Spirit or a Shaker. Some hero that isn't vulnerable to getting this ran out like this, because now all VP has to do is pick on your supports. It's not usually the core's job to protect the supports. They're not going to be able to. Heroes like SF, they're not going to do anything for their supports. They're just getting picked on as we go again. Wow. Run it back.
Are they really going to look for this? He dodges it with the slipe, but they go for the kill. Phoenix will go down. Can they kill GBK? He is so close to that BKB, 200 gold away. He's moving forward. He's actually juking and jiving on the inside. They can't bring him down. Nicely done. Will he survive? 50 HP. He's trying to run the slipe.
Oh, the slide was so close, but they wanted to punish that no BKB, as you said, and
now he's going to have it.
Yep, 100 gold off, no problem before they respawn. Bit of a misstep coming out from VP. We knew what they were going for, trying to punish the lack of the BKB, but doesn't quite work out. Gambit more than... You can tell they're like, okay, guys, we need to sit behind our SF. He needs to farm his BKB. They might try to go on him, and here they are.
That was... And, I mean, you're diving at a Tier 3 tower at 17 minutes, you know, a little bit early, even if you are stronger.
You got to draw the line of aggression somewhere.
And I think we found that line. 3-0 on that trade, and Monkey King has the Echo and parts of his BKB as well. Is that going to be when you think, honestly, Gambit might be the strongest? Do you just get your double BKB and, like, do a Roche? Is that when you push towers, or what do you want to do with these?
You also, okay, so you do have the blink on Centaur. It's just the part of them running away from you. It is the question when you pop your BKBs. So once you have these BKBs, you now can afford for them to go on you. I think following this Blink Centaur, they need some reliable way to follow up him going on them, because otherwise it's going to be quite difficult to burst these heroes in terms of closing the gap onto them on the mobility or the tankiness of the Timbersaw.
And they actually pinged at top as Dire rotated up there, but Centaur TPs immediately. Snapfire has no TP. We'll see if they look for, but no way to know. It seems like Rezo just wants to push that top tower. ILTW, as you said, he went that Spear Vessel build, but because of missing that kill and committing your Spear Vessel, you have 0 charges now. So this Centaur becomes even more potent, same with the Monkey King.
He's basically not a carry. He's more of a 3-position Ember in terms of the way he itemized. He does have 2 other greedy cores, so it's not all that bad. In terms of farm distribution, the Timbersaw and the Storm far top the charts. They're actually all within 1,500 gold each other.
Oh,
on the cores.
They get the stun. They get the double. Well played. Boundless sets it up for the Blink Centaur.
Immediate sentry ward placed by Solo in the mid lane, thinking they must have had vision of him.
Uh-oh, he just runs uphill. The Centaur says, let's go, and FNG's like, wait a minute.
He has Bloodstone on Storm. A bit of buyback on Ember if he needs it. Nope, they're not going to.
Just going to kill FNG. Rezo will scoop it on up. Still, you're probably happy with the AA for Ember trade there.
Yeah, I need to go practice this Ironwood tree thing. Seems like it's probably pretty easy when you get it down, but...
Getting it down is
it just makes it look so much more impactful for Timbersaw in terms of mobility in random parts of the map. 800 cast range Timber Chain in any direction. A lot of times you know you can kill him because he's in the middle of the river or something. Or you know he's not going to kill you, and this is just... seems like a game changer. I haven't seen it before this tournament, and now I've seen it 2 or 3 times now.
Well,
blink on Puck as well. Wow, that's a big one. 5-position Puck.
Gets that blink. Who are you looking for? Are you just running at a core or anyone?
Probably the supports, right? Yeah. You probably want to... You either want to coil the cores and have your other cores go on their supports, or you want to coil the supports to lock them down for your other cores. At this point, since they have the BKB on the SF, and also coming out on the Monkey King, your coil's not very impactful against even the Centaur, right? He's got Pipe and a Vanguard. Might run into damage issues as this game goes on from VP, now that I'm thinking about it. Storm usually winds up having damage issues at some point. Ember Spirit isn't building like a carry. He does have the Maelstrom queued up, but it is a bit late. And they already have the full Pipe. And then Timbersaw, oddly enough, usually does run into damage issues as he begins to get kited and controlled throughout the course of the game.
Well, GPK, on the other hand, looking for that more scaling build. He actually has another job, but he has the BKB, and he's going into that Manta. Obviously, chains, Orchid if the Storm does go at third, fourth, whatever item he does. Always be able to get out of something. Snapfire actually just picked up the mech, so even though still underfarmed on the other cores, you have an impactful item now.
Yeah, VP smokes all the way across the map, then Gambit also smokes to get back onto the map with no information.
A little scary, right? The Monkey is jumping over, but it is just these three. Looks like they're just trying to get some wards down. And Monkey King is middle now to connect
They see
up.
he has no BKB.
He just bought it. Okay. I'm curious if they might like bait in a fight here, knowing, hey, he doesn't have BKB. Little do they know. It's flying out right now.
Top lane's getting pressured. No one pushed it in.
Ooh.
Ember narrowly escapes.
We're seeing these Boundless into Centaur stomps are the opening that Gambit needs every time.
Yeah, usually with Centaur against Storm Ember type heroes, you just have to, and Puck, you have to have some initiation stun that sets up your stun. Otherwise, good players will just react.
What items are we going for now? Timbersaw actually going for a BKB of his own. Storm is going for that second item, Orchid.
That is a late Orchid. Maybe it's just about the supports. Maybe it's about Orchiding the Centaur. Not entirely sure.
I just watched the puck goes on the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend right clicks him once. He just loses a third of his life.
Yeah, so let's do the math here. He's got 7 armor reduction. Puck is going to be
Ooh, top lane. It looks like the Storm. No, the Centaur was a little bit out of position. Pops his ulti to try to get there in time, but can't.
So Puck will be at -1 armor.
Okay.
And he hits for 200. So Puck will take 5 hits.
Oh, they're going for him now.
Ouch.
Shadow Fiend does have the BKB. He doesn't want to just pop it if he knows there's not going to be a fight, and he hasn't used it yet. Look at him hold on to it. It will wear off.
The discipline.
Rezo going in. He's just chasing. You got to be careful. It's FNG actually dying on the backside to ILTW, and Snapfire going for the TP. Possibly no. Bring him down, but you do save your Shadow Fiend's BKB.
That's a large price to pay.
It is.
Saving a BKB.
For 1 second BKB, yeah. But they will save it. And it seems like Gambit actually, do you agree? It's from how I'm viewing them play, it seems like they think they win the late game. Does Gambit in your eyes win the late game?
I think they just need to hit this time. It's really hard for them to fight, right? They have these BKBs, but it's once again the lack of stuns that is making their decisions in this game difficult. Because even though they have these BKBs, they can't fight, but there's so much mobility on the side of VP that they're never really going to be grouped up as 5. You can't really force these fights. You can only go for pickoffs like they're going for here. The Phoenix does get caught out. He's pretty tanky, but not tanky enough. Working on that Acceptor with the Philosopher's Stone, so most of his farming's being done anyway. He's dead. He's getting that passive 70 GPM.
He actually did buy out, so he's 1,000 away. We'll slow it down again for now as Storm trying to farm that Orchid, and maybe he goes for it, maybe he doesn't. He's up to 3K gold now.
So I just realized they had a mango tree at base on the side of VP.
Yeah.
And it's not there anymore. So do you
Timber?
think Storm
Or
Ball Lightning
Storm.
threw it on accident?
I believe so.
I have to believe that's what happened,
I
right?
believe it had to be either that or Timber just like toying around being like, oh, whoopsie-doodle, that's on me. Not the biggest deal, but it is, hey, free mangoes. Especially
Yeah, look at the Storm. Yeah, look
stuff.
at the Storm. In the middle of fights, he can easily Ball Lightning and Mango while he's doing it. So that's no it's no small thing. He is queuing up the Acceptor rather than the Orchid. I like this a lot. It's an AoE protection of the egg. Yes, they have 2 BKBs, but I still really like it here.
Ooh, and there's going to be a Mindbreaker picked up on the other side. Quickening Charm. Okay, Quickening Charm for both teams. Usually it goes on the Puck, but he's not a core, so who do you put that Quickening Charm on Dire?
It's probably Ember. Yeah, I was going to say it's either Ember or Puck, and Ember already has it, so I'm going with Ember here.
Ooh, rotation and Quickening Charm actually on the Centaur for now. They're looking around, trying to find anyone, but Dire playing on the other side of the map. They do have 1 ping. It is on the Phoenix. Are they going to get this
Radiant Ward
Phoenix again?
season.
He's going to make it away.
Does
wow.
he even know, you think? Like, okay, now he knows, obviously, but
Yeah. Whoa.
while he's TPing, is he aware how close this is going to be?
And it feels like VP actually playing this so well. 5 cap, they actually bring down that tower again, bottom, and top lane, they have defended this tier 2.
Yeah,
They're
really well
committing
played by
everything
Zayak. Really well played. He just stalled that out as long as he possibly could, and
you can delay it more because that split shot from the tower clears up the creep.
yeah, problem is VP has absolutely no tower damage. So meanwhile, yes, they're committing 5 heroes on the top lane on Gambit, but there's a measly catapult doing some damage in the mid lane. That's about it, just the catapult.
Timbersaw getting closer to that BKB if that is what he wants. Obviously, we saw his
Orb
Storm
of Destruction on SF.
Oof.
He
You
had the
give
Nether
that-
Shawl. That was pretty value, but Orb of Destruction is just so much damage.
Middle. Centaur just says hello. They're just saying hello to each other.
Yeah, nobody wants to commit too hard. A lot of counter initiation on Gambit and a lot of initiation on VP, so both teams have to be very careful.
I think VP's okay, right? They're slowly chipping down bottom tower, just creeps. I mean, the tier 3's down 600 HP already. And both teams staying as 5. Mostly in the lane, they do get the jump this
ILTW
time.
again.
Ember, you gotta know that's it. You saw them paired up together, and you still try to farm, as you say, the hardest part of the map, it feels like at that point.
Yeah, when two teams are equally matched in terms of map control, it's all about the mid lane getting pushed in. So naturally, the most dangerous lane to push becomes mid, and he just needs to know that. He needs to slide a fist the wave and back off. You can't take that risk, as you see it. Resolution.
And Rezo and a nice boundless strike hits onto 2 of them. He will be able to fly out on no one, but it doesn't matter. You get 2 cores out of nowhere. Rezo has to buy back, but Orb of Destruction plus SF's Aura, they will back out. They still don't take it quick enough since SF is going a more survivable build.
Yeah, he still hits pretty hard with this. Manta is a nice damage item for SF despite everything. Obviously, it's not a Deso or a Daedalus or something, but he usually naturally goes into this satanic Daedalus kind of build. And there's no kiting on the side of Gambit. You get gone on by Puck Coil, by Storm Spirit, you're going to have to stand your ground and man the F up. So I like the fact that GPK has recognized this with his item build. I talked about potentially Yules for some catch, but I don't think it matters if you can catch people if you're just a sheet of paper when it comes to squishiness here. ILTW? Not again,
he
please.
Got stunned. Will he actually just go down? No, they'll be okay for now. They're going to turn around. They all get pulled in. Will it be enough, though? No one zips uphill. They're trying to kill FNG, but Dream has popped his BKB now. They look. The egg will go down, and they just shred it with the little shredder. Overcomes solo. Ulti from FNG flies. I don't know how he's not dead yet. No one's dead. Zayats is dead. Rezo's just on the run, and it looks like another one fight from Gambit from a 6K lead to a lead.
Coil? No
Coil
BKB.
back. Will he make it? There's going to be a Manta. Misses the stun on the Centaur, but are they just going to blow him up? They do. No, Dream's live. He gets halberded, so he can't even heal up. ILTW and Resolution somehow turn this around. Centaur is taking a lot of damage, but the Cookie will stun him up. Can they bring him down? They do. A double kill, though, and I lied. VP with a turnaround fight. Holy smokes. That was without your Storm Spirit, and you just wipe them clean.
Yeah, with no BKB, that Puck Coil is be-all, end-all, powerful spell in the middle of these fights. SF, he held on to his BKB for so long. I think GPK, from what I've seen, every time I've watched him, is so good at being patient with these BKBs, but eventually had to pop it in the middle of that fight, and without that Satanic, he does not have the tool to man up just yet.
Man. So we went from like a 5K lead for VP and then to Gambit, and then right away it just goes all the way back down.
Yep, they are going to get both outposts most likely. I don't think Gambit's going to have time to make a move at all as ILTW, accidentally cancels the bottom one. I've seen that and done that many a times myself.
Luckily, he gave himself time, though.
Yes, he did. That would have been a costly, 2,000 experience swing or whatever.
So it's a good amount.
How much do they get at this stage in the game? I always forget.
It's
Let's see. 550. Yeah, that would have been 2,700 XP. Resolution.
Ooh, they're running up.
Blast always does enough damage. The BKB, though.
I think he's going to be okay with that BKB, yeah.
And the Essence Ring change makes it so much better against AA specifically. That was a nerf to AA when they reworked Essence Ring to nerf IO. They made it so it's no longer considered heal. It's just a flat amount of HP gained from your max and current health, so it does work through the AA ult. Really nice item for him to actually hold on to for quite a long time on the Timbersaw.
It is, and as you talked about the Ember Spirit, going for that Shiva's just now purchases it. Getting a little bit scary. You got the Maelstrom, you have the Spear Vessel, now you've got that Shiva's. You're kind of the master of all.
But will VP just scale better? Because they don't have to go BKBs just yet. Eventually they'll go BKBs, and they'll have 10-second BKBs, while this Monkey King and SF are forced to go very early BKBs.
And we almost, I got to say, this 5 Puck, he almost has an Ags now as well.
Well, we talked about them having very little stunts for Storm and Ember, so that absolutely applies to a 5-position Puck. As we see a smoke up from VP, Storm is far away, but he's full mana, and that Ball Lightning is ready to dish out those damage from long range. Yeah, to fly in, Superman style.
I do find it a little bit funny. It's pretty obvious people are seeing me on Monkey King. If you click on him, he has the telescope aura.
Yeah.
And I assume the pros do that, so
yeah.
got to be careful your positioning. Yeah, both teams a little grouped up near middle with only Solo up top. He's like, guys, there's no reason to fight. I'm a 5 puck. I have Ags and 400. Just let me farm it.
But look at their map movement, right? You're basically forcing Gambit to sit as 5 mid while Puck clears top, wave, and a stacked big camp, which is going to allow him to finish the Ags. Ember Spirit TP bottom with a Remnant. So now they're clearing not only top wave, but also bottom wave and mid wave. Even though it's pushed in, Gambit's going to have to leave to clear these side lanes. Then they can push in the mid wave. Then they can make a fight happen, which is about to happen just now.
The Centaur actually blinks, stuns, and misses. They just run right to FNG. You got to throw that ulti out. Maybe he doesn't. Can he somehow make it out before he goes down to FNG? He gets the ulti up. It hits Timbersaw, but I don't think that's exactly you want to hit. ILTW still taking a lot of damage, but he is hasted. Running forward, just hits the Monkey, tries to bait out a BKB.
Trying to force the BKB, yeah.
You really want to, and they're going to have to. Or he just dies. No, the Glimmer Cookie. I can't believe he saved it and lived.
I believe he got glimmered right before Storm pulled him.
Oh, but look at that. They actually realized if they use BKBs, they can't fight, but he pops the BKB. So does Rezo, and I'm sure Rezo's fine with that 1-for-1 BKB
I think
trade.
Rezo's much better off with no BKB in these fights than GPK is.
And VP, they are playing this
so much damage.
Now.
Look at that, the Sunray.
Melting them down.
Solo, 75 gold from that Ag Scepter. Has the 15% spell amp cast range. He's got some long range initiation, and now that you have these BKBs, the ultimate counter is there.
You just got to get it on him, and well, with the blink dagger, should be pretty easy to do.
About the most impactful 5 position I can imagine at this stage in the game against BKBs. Especially if you do it where they're locked in the coil, not in attack range of the egg. Now what?
Now what? I don't know.
Yeah.
BSJ, I don't know.
No, let me know if you figure it out.
All right, I'll try to
Analyst
figure it
Grant, you can call upon him and maybe he'll tell us.
We'll see. Maybe he'll show up next game.
Okay.
And tell us. But an Abyssal Blade, I mean, this Monkey King is farmed. He does a lot of damage. The problem, as you said, though, is locking him down in that ulti and killing him within the BKB time, because that's what it feels like. Gambit, you win the fight with your BKBs, and that's it. Oh, and there's a quote. And it is that the Aghanims one already? It is, so he's just locked there in place. They haven't killed him too much. He has that BKB, and he makes it out. This Glimmer Cape cookie seems to be enough.
Yeah, you definitely need to have not only the coil, but also the egg committed in order to force the BKB and then have it such that he still gets stunned. But the problem is you don't want to commit those too early, because if he still manages to live during BKB, even if he's stunned, then now what? You know, you don't have any more ultimates. So they are going to smoke up with no coil. That's a big deal. Gambit trying to capitalize.
There's the stun. They're just going to reclaim. AA Blast is going to fly through. It will hit him, but he pops the BKB. The ulti is on the ground. The Phoenix on the outside still has the egg, and they don't want to commit anything. All that's used is the Monkey King ulti for now. ILTW, he actually throws out that Chivas, jumps forward, and now he will pop his BKB. They're just poking and prodding on both teams.
Canceled the Monkey King jump.
Oh, there's the Centaur. They just have to get away, it looks like. They're trying to run. Can they catch GPK? The Storm zips ahead. There's going to be the Manta. Do they know which one's real? It's a nice stun by the Centaur. Will lock down the Timbersaw, and it seems they might make it out. They lock him down again. GPK gonna throw out his ulti, and he fears
outside
him.
of range.
Solo goes down, and yeah, the egg, well,
oh, wasn't in range
great.
of hitting anything in the coil, so.
Okay, a 1-for-0 trade. It is just the 5 position, but you are Gambit, and you stay alive again. You got your Satanic now on the Shadow Fiend as well.
Zayak just took the bounty room from no one when he has a bottle.
Mine.
Time to tilt.
Blast flies through, doesn't hit anyone.
Roche is up. Bottom lane is going to be getting pushed in. Triple range creep for VP, so keep that in mind as we look towards the Roche. Somebody on Gambit is eventually going to have to respond to that. And I bet they will try to capitalize on that on the side of VP. Even going to push it further as ILTW has a Remnant to join his team in the mid lane. Very aggressively placed.
What do you want to see the Shadow Fiend go now? He doesn't have anything in his
Daedalus,
quick
Butterfly, some damage mana by him again. Either more damage or both the damage and the survivability. Butterfly, the attack speed's nice because you have very little attack speed thus far. Only the Manta and the
Solo,
Oh.
he gets found. Do we have the damage before he gets off the spaceship? We
That's
sure
huge
do.
Kill.
Boundless, that's 2 in a row. Solo dropping.
He has to be more careful, I think. He's been playing really greedy throughout the course of the game, though, so it's hard to fault him, right? Look at the net worth difference between the two fives, 8,500 to 2,600. That counts for 75% of the net worth advantage that a VP does have, so the cores are very even.
Oh, from behind ILTW, he is just playing this. They will get the stump again. Do we have a boundless strike to chain it together? We do. The A-Blast is going to fly through. It hits. Goodbye, ILTW. Vampire in trouble on
he
the
laid a remnant, though,
but
and
he
has
has a
buyback.
mech. Oh, no, Rezo. He actually gets hit. No one just wants to disengage. These little pickoffs. VP's kind of just, it's like a little cut on your finger, but it will add up eventually. You're going to bleed out.
Yeah. When you lose your 5 position, who's so much ahead of the other 5 position, when you're up by 6K, it's effectively nothing in terms of net worth advantage.
Yeah. And they're going to get this first Roshan. We saw them trying to take it earlier. They couldn't, but finally able to bring it down. Vampire does a little cookie play just in case Storm wants to try to zip in.
He is going for the Bloodthorn on the SF. That's not a bad item choice. They've been skimping out on the BKB. Storm, no way to remove Bloodthorn. Ember, no way to remove Bloodthorn. Timber, no way to remove, he has BKB, but outside of that, Puck, no way. And Phoenix, no way. So, wow. Surprisingly amazing Bloodthorn game queued up for him here.
And the new Bloodthorn, how do you feel about it? With it's now a ton of attack speed, but you lose a ton of damage.
Yeah, I think it's only good on heroes with innate damage. Okay. That's pretty much the only one. And SF fits the description just fine. He has, now that he's level 20, he gets an extra 2 damage per soul, giving him 4 damage per soul, 144 free damage from that Necromastery passive.
That's pretty nice, and I like it. He doesn't. A lot of people are like, I'll get the Orchids first. He's like, nah, I'll get the attack speed. Gets that Hyper Stone.
It also kind of disguises it, right?
That
because
it
could be an AC. Absolutely.
I like that. Yeah.
Even a Moon Shard.
Ooh. God, I still remember.
I don't think it's a Moon Shard.
I remember in like 2014 where it was like Sven and stuff every game, and every time I saw one of them, they're like, well, we're winning the game. I'm just going to get a Moon Shard. I just remember them always losing. Whoa, we're jumping in middle. He gets the 2-man boundless strike. A-Blast will fly through and hit no one. And as you say, and that could have been real bad for VP.
Yeah, Zayak was doing the trick where you lock your Eon Disc, one of the components, and then he unlocked it when he noticed he was at 30% health, such that the stun got removed.
Can only do that once, though,
yep,
so you got to be careful.
Over. They did lower the cooldown to 105 from 115 on Eon Disc. I think at one point it was 90, and then they made it like 140, and then they're like, okay, now that nobody's buying it, we'll put it back down a little bit.
Lower it slowly.
Really good on heroes like Phoenix. I think Phoenix is such a, just a more viable hero now because of the regen mechanics that really Phoenix had the problem with in lane. That's all he really needs to be effective. And then late game, these items like Eon Disc, getting buffed up is really all this hero needs. As long as he lives, then he's good. Lives long enough to push R, that is.
For now, the game has slowed it down a tad. Obviously, VP doesn't want to fight into the SF with a friggin' Aegis, and, well, I don't feel like Gambit's that rushed right now. They're okay. They've almost got a level 25 Monkey King now. On the other side, what levels are we looking at? Looks like Storm 23, same with Timber. Ember only 22.
Yeah, the range of that Monkey King ult, or radius, excuse me, will be pretty huge in these fights for Gambit to be able to control a much larger area.
There it is. Outpost, baby. Get that burst of experience.
Witless Shaco probably replaces the Ironwood Tree or the Essence Ring. No, he doesn't.
He likes that HP versus the AA.
1,200 HP is so much, though. Somebody's got to take it. Oof. Maybe Puck? How about Puck? Come on. You have 1,400 mana. You don't need that 400. You only have 1,700 health. That's like double HP.
It is.
Ninja Gear? That could be a really good item for AA or Snapfire to make sure they don't get initiated onto by the Storm Spirit from long range. Have to consider that. But looks like SF's content with the 20 agility and 30 movement speed.
We've got a few items. Oh, digs up the bounty rune. Dang, the late game value shovel bounty rune.
That's 600 gold.
That's a ton. Magic
SF
lamp.
does smoke himself up with the Ninja Gear, so we'll have to keep an eye out for him constantly doing that. Only a 45-second cooldown, so not bad at all.
Are you okay? Centaur takes the Minotaur horn.
That's very good role play.
Yeah. He is now the true Minotaur Centaur. They're just going to push in middle. And you have, obviously, the level 15 talent on SF, so you shred buildings just as quick as creeps. And he's got 5K. I feel like, is VP playing this too slowly now, or do they have to play it like this because of this Centaur Monkey King out of nowhere they've been doing?
Yeah, there's just too much counter initiation from Gambit, so overcommitting is really dangerous for VP. And while we talked about their lack of stuns, if you go in on Ember or Storm and you just get Boundless Strike from Fog, you're going to die. Almost certainly with the burst from the AA. Even the SF offers a lot of burst.
Oh, the Leveler.
Is he going to take that now? Yes, he does.
I know, at least you hold it in your backpack.
Get that level 25, man. You get that 5 Presence Aura armor, making it -12 armor on those towers, plus the Leveler.
I mean, you win one fight and they don't have buyback.
That's actually GG.
Think about just ending it, yeah. He does a lot of damage. I mean, he has the full Bloodthorn. GPK, watch out for him.
And they buffed it to 60 attack speed.
Oh, that's a... Oh, sorry, I was talking about... they just pick up a Timeless Relic on an Ag Storm. That's pretty nice.
Wow, that's the perfect item for him. The 25% longer stuns and the 15% spell add. Why not? Everyone getting some nice luxury items here. Will he keep the... No, he has the Magic Lamp, so a bit of a free Eon Disc. Not exactly, but pretty much. 75-second cooldown as long as you drop to below 20% of your health. But the problem is you get healed against AA. That doesn't work. So if you get below 20%, you're probably dying.
We've got a fight possibly starting up here in the mid lane. There's going to be a jump forward. Do they fight? It will be the Monkey King as well as Centaur. Centaur actually just gets out of Monkey. Will he do? He gets hexed up. They will just Centaur run away. The puck coil is on 2. The egg getting right click down. GBK doesn't care. Just hits it with X-Vampire. BKB popped by Rezo. They want to get away, but Dream chasing him down as this Monkey King looks like they might just disengage on VP. And you see... There's a light blue's already top lane. Dark green's already bottom lane. They are chasing Rezo. He gets the stomp after the Timber Chain. Do they have enough damage to bring him down? It is going to be a bash. There's the Bloodthorn. Tries to get the sheep off. GPK wants to right click him. That should be enough. Well played by Centaur there. Gets the stomp right when the chain is going out. And they needed that. It is almost a lead now for Gambit. These fights are funny. It feels like when VP, if they initiate and they don't kill someone instantly, the Storm's already gone, the Ember's already gone. They're like, all right, we're out of this fight. And I'm pretty sure it just gets harder to kill someone from here on out on Gambit.
Yeah, they have the Centaur Ag Scepter.
Oh, AA Blast. Ooh. Very close. You need the Centaur there. The one hero you need wasn't there. Orange was down bottom.
Yeah, they have the Centaur Ags, and they also have a Lotus Orb coming out on him, so he'll be...
He's a beat, and he has the Minotaur, and people forget. It's also 20 strength. That is almost a full Reaver.
That's like 4 levels for Centaur.
Beefy boy. How much? Reaver's still 25. Right? Okay. Middle lane, they are pushing. They don't want to go uphill. Yeah, they're like, wait a minute. We got free gold down bottom. What are we doing? Tier 1 and Tier 2 towers still standing. Monkey King will end up cleaning it up. Is this... I feel like Gambit is very far, way more than 1K ahead this game. Do you feel the same, or am I overestimating how strong their cores are?
It's just effective net worth in this game, right? 700 or 7,000 of your net worth difference for VPs on your puck compared to AA. As we see the 2-man, it's just the cores are way stronger, right? Yeah. Look at the net worth distribution.
Look at the tower die. Oh my god.
The Leveler plus the level 25 talent for SF, as we mentioned. I wasn't even paying close attention. How many shots is this going to take? Centaur even has Retaliate.
Yeah. I feel like, where's the Orbit Destruction? You got it. I feel like you put it in your Snapfire's backpack and let him toggle that in, get that even extra minus armor, but they won't.
Melee Rex goes from 15 armor to 3. That's like, you go from 48% physical resistance, I think, to about 10. So you're pretty much doubling your damage on that. That's pretty crazy.
Ooh, Dream.
That SF Aura presence. Oh, long-range ball.
They want to try to bring him down. What do we have? We got Empire just sends him out. Cookie
now
there.
What?
And now they beat me. He abyssals, but he stuns himself because he jumps out of the cold. I don't think it's going to matter. The A blast will hit onto no one. Will it kill him, though? Because it will, yes.
It does damage to BKB now.
It does, and uh-oh. This is bad, bad times for VP right now. 90 seconds. The Storm is dead. No buyback.
Damn, Gambit. Putting the hurt on.
Bloodthorn used the Ember. He's just trying to make space. Same with Solo. They're trying to zone him. A nice stun comes out.
No
hits
buyback on Timber.
They get the silences out. And for now, it seems like they will make it out on VP.
How do you kill these guys, though?
I don't think you do. Oh, there's the Bloodthorn now. As you talked about, no one has a way to take that off BSJ. They're just striking him down. He's going to die. No, he actually makes it out
egg?
somehow. Willie the Egg pulls him in with that. No, they're going to be able to bring down both of them. It's an instant buyback from the Ember. He actually jumps in. The Shadow Fiend, he is low. He has the Satanic, though. He's Spirit Vesseled up. One more Spirit Vessel charge. He uses it on there. Centaur will end up getting that stomp. We have one more remnant, but the Bloodthorn solo trying to help him out, and he will. Shiva slowing him down. They're just buying time. They're like, please, Storm. 30 seconds. It feels like Gambit is still a little bit scared to push into that base. But now I feel like since Storm has 20 cents, they're like, well, he didn't buy back now. Does he really want to do it in 20 seconds?
Look at that tower just evaporate, man.
Yeah, let's watch the racks now. Jiminy Jill. That is
5,
one
6,
person.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 hits
to kill a melee rack.
That was like 4 hits to kill the range.
This is GPK. Absolutely. Look at this beast mode. The Rax is already dead. Storm isn't even alive yet. Alive in 2. He's already lost 2 full sets of Rax. Ember trying to push it back. And they jump forward. They realize we got to do something here.
That's just a Minotaur horn from the Centaur. Yep. Not a BKB. Always got to be careful. They did do a decent job of distinguishing them with the visual effects. It's only a 40-second cooldown, though. So in terms of the Orchid from Storm, in terms of the Silence from Puck, even the Whirling Death from Timbersaw, that you can remove that debuff, it takes away 28% of your primary stat, which for Centaur, that's like 50 strength worth of health. That's 1,000 health.
Yeah, you see the replay here. This was a gigantic fight. They find Rezo in the back, and they try to save him. The problem is he's pretty tanky, and if you try to help him out, it doesn't work too good. And this is where it all starts. This Centaur just straight up gets in there, gets that stun. The Bloodthorn stops him. The Abyssal Wave. The Egg. The Phoenix had to do that. He didn't get his Ember killed. The Ember was already going to die. He just went for the 1% play instead of the 0, and unfortunately, 1%. Well, that's pretty low.
That's why I don't really understand this Phoenix Ag, because I've seen this happen multiple times where you save somebody like that, and then they just kill you both anyway, because the whole point is to focus the egg if it goes off, and you're usually saving somebody that's in the middle of everybody.
Yeah.
So I've seen it a lot, so I get that everyone thinks it's good. I don't quite see it myself, so looking forward to eventually being demonstrated to why that's good. Roche, it is only the second Roche.
Yeah.
AA
blast. He throws it early, and it will end him hitting on Rezo because of a good stun by a Centaur.
No buyback, Rezo.
It will be an Egg and a Coil. They're going to try to run away. Do you just tank up that stun? It looks like they want to, but the Storm pulls them all in. It's going to hit onto 2. It is the Centaur. It is the Shadow Fiend. He is BKB'd up for now. Might want to go back in. Nice cookie out. Minotaur Horn used, and they just run away, and they're just going to do Roche with this.
That's a secured Roche if they want to.
Look at how far up it is. He's like covering the entire map himself. He's like, I'll do all the work.
He balls lightnings in and gets the Abyssal Blade.
He just jumped in. He does have a buyback. ILTW has to get out. Yeah. This is it. It feels like you're pretty much all in here if you're VP. You got to be careful. FNG is getting low. He will go down. You don't have that blast anymore. Monkey King getting dove on. Does he have BKB? He has the Satanic. He's trying to right-click, but he is Spirit Vessel, so he's not even healing up that much. The Cookie 40 actually gets the kill. How is he not dying? He's Spirit Vessel. He is still alive, and he is just beating him down. Dream.
GG. They have to call it now. There it goes.
He was Spirit Vesseled with 100 HP, healing for like 50 a hit. It just didn't matter. What an absolute beast. Oh, Gambit with a very different game. Like, this is much different than any of the other ones we've watched. Both teams were like okay